Relax while listening to this audio for the first time, but make sure to pay close attention and try to pronounce each word along with it. This will help improve both your reading and listening skills, as well as expand your vocabulary. Stay tuned for more learning and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, by Gabrielle Zevin is a deeply human story that explores the complexities of love, loss, ambition, and identity, all set within the world of video games. From my perspective, it feels like a raw and real journey, where the characters navigate their relationships and personal growth, all while creating something that defines their lives. It's a story about the intersections of passion, dreams, and the struggles we face in understanding who we are and who we become. I remember the first time I met Sadie. It was in a hospital room, the sterile smell of antiseptic in the air, and me, broken. My body, fractured from the accident, was only half of it. I was also fractured inside. I wasn't sure where I fit, or if I even wanted to anymore. But then there was Sadie. She walked into my world like a storm, bringing with her this unshakable energy that I didn't know I needed. We were strangers, but we didn't feel like strangers for long. Our bond. It was a game. A shared, deep love for something neither of us had yet fully grasped, the world of video games. She was brilliant. Obsessed with the idea of creating something bigger than herself, a universe where we could make our own rules. And she pulled me in, not with words, but with her vision. It was like I could see it in her eyes, in the way she talked about pixels and code. It became our thing. I didn't just want to make a game, I wanted to create a world, something that could change things. I wanted to see if it could make us feel whole. Sadie and I didn't know it then, but we were making something more than just a game. We were making something that would bind us together, that would define us. But, like any story, it wasn't just about the project, it was about what happened between us. Between her and me. Between me and the world we built. Then there was Marks. Marks wasn't just another player in this world, he was the one who always seemed to exist on the edge, watching from a distance, offering his thoughts with a quiet intensity. I didn't always understand him, but I knew he was brilliant, maybe more than any of us. But Marks was also something else, a mirror to the parts of myself I couldn't look at directly. He was a reminder of what we could become, and what we might lose. As we worked together, building the game, the boundaries between reality and the world we were creating blurred. The more we created, the more it felt like we were shaping ourselves. But in those long hours, in the late-night coding sessions, we were also tearing each other apart. Jealousy, frustration, unspoken desires, we wore them on our sleeves, even when we pretended we didn't. The game became our refuge and our battleground. I was changing, we all were. But who were we becoming? And yet, time marches on, doesn't it? The days turn to months, and months turn to years. Our lives and our game, both were growing, evolving, sometimes together, sometimes apart. There was always the ache of wanting more, of wanting to be better, but not really knowing what better was. I was chasing something, success, validation, love, and somehow always coming up short. The game. It became our legacy, our love letter to a world that might never fully understand us. It was a mirror of ourselves, each piece of code reflecting the pieces of our own lives. But as we hit milestones, the question kept lingering, were we building something for the future, or were we hiding from it? Were we really creating something, or were we just passing time, much like Macbeth's Tomorrow, dragging itself forward without meaning? With every success, every new level of recognition, I felt more lost. Sadie and I, the friends who once laughed and created together, now stood on opposite sides of something bigger than us. And Marks. Marks was slipping away too, his own life spiraling in directions we didn't understand. It wasn't just the game that was falling apart, it was everything. The past, the present, the future. All of it tangled together, and the harder we tried to pull it apart, the more it seemed to slip through our fingers. But that's what life is, isn't it? It's not just about the end result, about the games we build or the success we chase. It's about the moments, the quiet, unspoken moments that tie everything together. The games, the stories, the love, the loss, it's all part of the same thing. And in the end, I think we were all just trying to figure out who we were, and who we could be, amidst the chaos of it all. In this narrative, we see the characters grappling with their relationships and their creations, but at the heart of it all, it's the human experience that takes center stage. It's not just about making games, it's about making meaning in a world that constantly shifts beneath our feet. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow is a story about navigating time, loss, and the connections that make us who we are. I hope you listen to the audio carefully. Practice by pronouncing each word clearly to build your confidence. Even if you get stuck at any point, it's okay, just keep going and continue practicing to make progress.